That's where accreditation plays a role, because not every certificate is accepted. We accept certificates that are from accredited organizations. An example that you know that's popular is importation of motor vehicles.
Yeah.
You import a motor vehicle, and the first thing we will be asked here, where is the COC, Certificate of Conformity? That means it has been inspected against Kenyan requirements. There is a Kenyan standard, KS 1515, which defines what kind of vehicle should come into this country in terms of age, mechanical condition, electrical, and all the requirements in there. So would you like the vehicle to come here only for you to be told it's not meeting requirements and you have to take it back or crash it? So accreditation plays a very important role to ensure that those who inspect it, wherever they are, are actually competent.
Yeah.
For us to export our goods, we are exporting our goods to markets. So we must first of all determine what are the requirements of that market. And show or demonstrate through a certificate of test, a certificate of inspection, or a calibration that these goods actually meet those requirements. If I give you another example, in the petroleum sector, when a businessman imports 80 million liters of petrol, how can he determine that he has received 80 million? Who does it for him? It must be an accredited inspection body. Those who know the petroleum sector and they know how to be able to measure, how to determine that actually what was delivered is what was ordered. So accreditation is the silent engine right there.
Yeah. And speaking of trade, you know, for small and medium-sized enterprises, when you talk about accreditation, you know, it may sound technical. And even at face value, they look at it from a cost perspective that it might be costly. But then again, what would you tell them? What would you say that SMEs, how should they view accreditation? Is it a burden, or it's an access for their products within local and external markets?
Thank you. Maybe before I answer your question, I want to hasten to say that 80% or more of the organizations we have accredited are SMEs. So SMEs have recognized and continue to recognize accreditation as a mechanism, a ladder for them to play in the local market as well as international market. So accreditation is itself a way of enhancing their competitiveness to be able to access markets which otherwise they wouldn't have had. One of the key things that KENAS does is to actually encourage SMEs that are involved in testing, in calibration, in certification, in inspection, to be able to come to us and we have a conversation. And we give information on how accreditation can aid them in their work and how it can help them to access new markets or even expand their business. We've seen that happening, and right now as we speak, KENAS has accredited over 300 of such. In the economy, we have close to 3,000. So that means we are basically right around 10%.
Yeah.
They are still growing, and the number of those who are in the process of getting accredited has increased significantly since 2024, when the business amendment laws were passed, and which made accreditation mandatory. In order for you to carry out any inspection work in Kenya, any testing work, any certification work, or even calibration, by law, as we speak now, you are required to be accredited. And KENAS is not blind to the fact that it is not easy to achieve accreditation immediately or instantly.
Yeah.
It has a stepwise process in which you can be able to start the process through knowledge acquisition, like training. Then from there, you will look at how you can be able to meet the requirements of the relevant standards that will help you.
Yes.
So KENAS stands ready to partner and work with the SMEs to be able to help them see how accreditation helps them or aids them in their business.
Coming back to the aspect, the theme itself, the aspect of trust. You know, we are living in a very interesting time where trust has become a major issue globally. And from what you said, accreditation adds an extra layer of assurance and trust. So when you look at it, why is trust becoming such an important issue when you talk about matters accreditation?
Thank you, Mike. From a human perspective, if you trust me,
yes,
chances are that you will accept what I tell you or what I give you with confidence. If you mistrust me, then there is always the opposite happening.
Yeah.
Trust is necessary for this interconnected economy that we have. Kenya is part of the global village. We are on the global marketplace. We are not just playing within the Kenyan territory. For your information and the information of viewers, Kenya has clients in 14 African countries. We have clients in Kenya itself. We have clients in Sudan, South Sudan. We have clients in Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, Tanzania. We have clients in West Africa, in Cameroon, in Nigeria, in Ghana, in Gambia, just to name a few, Seychelles and others. So whatever we do is not playing just within our boundaries. We are actually going beyond because the requirements are the same worldwide. And that's why accreditation itself is actually an enabler. So in order for goods to be accepted across borders or even across counties or even yourself within our economy to trust a product, you want to see whether it's someone else, another entity looked at it and said this product is safe, it is okay, I can use it. All this equipment in this studio and other places, why are they working in sync? Somebody had to look at them and look at what we call electromagnetic compatibility. They cannot interfere with each other as they operate.
Yeah.
So in that case, then, they were safely delivered to the market, and now you have them here. So accreditation is that, it gives you that comfort that those who have evaluated it have given you the correct results, and therefore you can trust them and use them. So trust is a very important concept where we require that whatever we are dealing with is considered reliable, is considered to be valid, and that it is safe for use.
And when you look at matters of sustainability, it's one of the biggest conversations at the global levels, and governments and even corporations are making commitments towards matters of carbon emissions, environmental protections, also ESGs. Where does accreditation now fit within this ecosystem of sustainability?
Thank you for that very good question. I am sure you've taken a flight out of this country lately, and on your ticket, you've seen how much carbon footprint it's written there. They say you're going to produce 660 tons of carbon dioxide or whatever quantity they have put there for that particular journey for one passenger. So who does this? Who gives this kind of calculation? There are people who are experts in evaluating how you will contribute the carbon footprint. And there are also those who will evaluate whether that claim, that assertion that is on your ticket is correct.
Yes.
They are called verification and validation bodies. These bodies, accredited by KENAS, are actually capable of doing that. We have one in Kenya at the moment, and there are others who are in the pipeline.
Yes.
Worldwide, the issue of carbon trading, the issue of carbon emissions, and also carbon sinks, like forests and so on. So the carbon trading aspect is such that one entity will claim that they actually emit so much carbon dioxide. And another one will say, okay, we have mitigated by planting so many hectares of forest or plant material that will absorb this carbon.
Yes.
So I am claiming and you are claiming, but in the middle there has to be a verifier.
Yeah.
That verifier needs to be competent, and that can only be assured through accreditation.
Yes.
So that is how accreditation can be able to help even in the carbon trading activity, so that none of the, if all of them trust the verifier, the one who is saying you are producing 200 million tons of carbon dioxide, and the one who is saying that this forest can be able to absorb so much of that particular one, then it can be a basis for trade. Yes. So there it's happening worldwide.
Yes.
And it's mainly through accredited verification and validation bodies.
Because there's also a concern of greenwashing, where organizations make environmental claims that are not even supported, that may not be fully supported by evidence. But then again, the question is, how does accreditation help distinguish genuine sustainability effort from marketing rhetoric?
Yes, that bit on ESG.
Yes.
There are many organizations in Kenya who have declared themselves to be pursuing ESG, environmental sustainability and governance.
Yes.
Such institutions are subject to a certification scheme which Kenya operates. So in order for the accredited organization to be able to confirm that that the bank or the industry is ESG compliant, there are requirements. There are international standards which they have to be evaluated against. And it is on the basis of this that we can trust, because if there's no benchmark, there is no basis upon which you can make a decision, then obviously we'll have disparities in claims. But those claims can actually be verified because there are international standards that exist on that basis.
Yeah.
And this is an accreditable certification scheme.
Yes.
Yes.
And when you look at Kenya's accreditation landscape, how would you assess it? Where are we within that ecosystem? Where are we today compared to what we used to be 5 or 10 years ago?
Kenas is now, Kenas was established in, formally in 2009. But issues of accreditation and so related did not start at that time. They started way back in 1984. So you can imagine how long it took before the establishment of a formal organization called Kenas in 2009 through a legal notice. And of course it was re-established in 2024 through an act of parliament, which again has since been amended to be able to take care of realities. So first of all, we did not have a sound legal basis. Now Kenas has a sound legal basis of existence as an organization mandated by the government of Kenya to be able to conduct accreditation services. So on that front, we have grown. On the front of how many, for example, conformity assessment bodies, the labs, the inspection bodies, the certification bodies that we have accredited, we have grown from an average of around 70 to about over 300 as we speak now.
Yeah.
So that means the message is getting home. We are getting more and more enterprises realizing the importance of accreditation and coming to pick it. Previously, accreditation was voluntary. Now it's mandatory. Mandatory accreditation started in the year 2024 December, when the new bill was ascended into law. So, what it means is that we now are operating in a realm where we expect that those who are involved in those activities of testing, calibration, inspection, certification, verification and validation, to be able to come forth and seek accreditation, since it is now mandatory.
Yes.
Yes.
Talk about the progress that the country has made in making sure that we have built internationally recognized accreditation systems.
Like I mentioned earlier on, when KENAS was established, it was by a legal notice, and at that point in time, KENAS was not internationally recognized. There is a process through which now the global organization, currently global SEI, and previously ILAC and IAF that I mentioned, have to evaluate whether an accreditation body meets international standards. So KENAS started first as an organization on its own, setting up its systems, and applied for evaluation. So it has gone so far through 4 evaluations. These evaluations are not, they are actually carried out after every 3 years, which means we cannot sit back and say we were evaluated and we are okay. This year, KENAS will be going through an evaluation in December, which will also last another 3 years. That evaluation is so critical that the experts from all around the world who are coming to evaluate how Kenya has implemented a quality system that meets and continues to operate in accordance with international standards. That is a very crucial exercise that will continue to say Kenya itself has an accreditation body that is credible. Credibility itself will give us that presence in the world market, that the conformity assessment bodies, the labs, the inspection bodies and certification bodies that we accredit can give results, and these results are accepted worldwide. Without that, we are back to square one, where foreign bodies, they had to come all the way from the UK, from South Africa, and from other economies to come and accredit organizations in Kenya for doing business. And once you bring in someone or organizations from outside this country, it is costly. So we have spent the taxpayers' money well by ensuring that this system works, it is internationally recognized, and that will reduce the cost of doing business, or should I say, it will increase the ease of doing business.
Yeah, enhances trade.
Yes.
So how do you work with other government agencies, the industry, maybe even the academia, regulators, to strengthen the infrastructure, the quality infrastructure within the country?
A very good question. KENAS is, like I said, a public organization.
Yeah.
We actually facilitate regulators and other entities in the quality infrastructure, which involves those who are in standardization and those who are in regulatory work, those who are in conformity assessment that I mentioned about, the ones for inspection, testing, and so on, to be able to work towards products that are coming from Kenya and services that meet international requirements. So KENAS works with them. We have regulator forums, which we have every year, and we're going to have one this year, before the end of this year, where we discuss with regulators on how they can be able to leverage on accreditation so as to carry out the regulatory work. You realize government cannot employ everyone.
Yeah.
So regulators are also thin on numbers, and they make use of private entities to be able to carry out some of the regulatory mandates. An example is NEMA, which gives authorization to laboratories to test effluent before it is discharged into the normal environment. Accreditation becomes a very key basis upon which they would say, yes, this entity is competent, and therefore we can be able to allow it to carry out certain tests. Because the accreditation is not a blanket. It is based on what we call a scope.
Yeah.
What is it you can do with your equipment, with your people, in your situation. So we aid regulators.
Yeah.
In terms of academia, we partner a lot with academia, like the University of Nairobi, Jomo Kenyatta University, and other universities, especially in working on research in accreditation, on how accreditation contributes to the economy, on how accreditation can be made better. We also have, at present, working relations with the University of Nairobi, UNES, to be able to help us develop digital systems for use in accreditation. So that tells you there is a very strong linkage between KENAS and the academia. When it comes to other players, like the conformity assessment bodies, the ones who are in testing, inspection, certification, and so on, we have stakeholder interactions to be able to listen to them, to be able to address their needs, and to be able to actually structure the accreditation system such that we meet their requirements and aid them in their business, and be able to also help them to bring forth what they think government needs to do to improve the business environment.
Yes.
We also have situations where we have interaction with our assessors. As we speak now, there's an ongoing assessor conclave. We use the word assessor conclave to mean a meeting of assessors. And assessors and experts are the team that KENAS uses in its work. Some of them are staff members of KENAS, but KENAS cannot employ everyone. So we have a database of experts who belong to different organizations. And right now, we are calibrating them, being able to agree on what have we been doing, where have we done very well, and where do we have gaps.
Yes.
And that way, we are bringing a whole synergy of an ecosystem, in accreditation ecosystem, to make sure that everyone works in sync.
Finally, Mr. Masinza, talk about World Accreditation Day and why it's important.
The World Accreditation Day is so important that it is an opportunity for accreditation bodies worldwide, led by the Global Accreditation Incorporated, to be able to look at the impact of accreditation. How has accreditation helped? What can be done better? So it's a conversation at the international stage. And today is the day when this celebration takes place worldwide. However, in Kenya, we will celebrate it formally tomorrow, where we've invited the guests at the Weston Hotel, and we'll be able to discuss a lot about World Accreditation Day and how it is turning out. For Kenya, it's an important day in order for us to say, where are we as a country? How can we take advantage of the opportunities that are coming up through such agreements like the one with EU and other places, where conformance or results of conformity assessment are necessary for them to determine if their products are allowed in the market or not. So it is so important, a day.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
That is Stanislaus Masinza, who is the manager calibration laboratories at Kenya Accreditation Service, speaking to us about World Accreditation Day, and more so the theme which touches on innovation, trust, and sustainability, the power of accreditation. Remember, accreditation, according to him, adds a layer of assurance, confidence, and trust. This is where this conversation ends. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Mike Migwe. Vivian Ndegwa is up next with Health Tuesday. Stay with us.
Thank you, man.
Karibu sana.
Kwa sasa ni wakati wa kutayarisha mili yetu vizuri, tuone je, tunaweza atuwezi.
Kimwona kicheko chake kama jua la asubuhi, huzuni yote yakimbia, roho inapata sai.
Naunga hii mada kwa kusema mitandao inawasaidia vijana mbalimbali kuzungumza na wazazi au ndugu zao wanaoishi mbali kutumia video au picha.
Habari za uongo.
Habari za uongo.
Imewafanya